I got another one for you. Yep, another edition of Inspirations with Carmina. And you know, it's all about bringing you all of the great new music, right? Right. Well, today we're checking in with Joe Douglass of Joe Douglass and SOP. Back with a brand new single, and it's going to bless you, I promise. Check it out. It's Inspirations with Carmina. It is Inspirations with Carmina. I've got company, y'all. We're checking in with Mr. Joe Douglass. How are you, sir?
Hi, Miss Carmina. I'm doing good. I can't complain. Blessed to
Good.
be here. Blessed to be safe and staying well. I hope everybody's doing the same.
Absolutely. Now, of course, we're all on the stay-at-home order. I know you're there in California. So have you been working on some new music? Do we have a trilogy that's soon to come? Tell me what's in the works.
I have been working on definitely been working and just also taking a step back and appreciating life, appreciating family, appreciating time.
Hmm.
This life moves so quickly and it just goes so many different ways and variables that this is probably God telling all of us to kind of take a step back a little bit, reflect. So I've been doing a little bit of both. And
Okay, okay. Okay, I got you. Now you just hit us with some brand new music. Journey to Glory. Now come on, I had to check it out. I said, okay, I see Brother Joe Douglas. I see him. Now here's what I like
all
to
right.
do, because I know this project means a lot to you. So I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you the quarantine special. I'm gonna give you
Oh,
5 words. You got to give me 5 words to describe this project.
wow. I would say authentic,
Okay.
creative,
Hmm.
perspective,
Hmm.
love, and appreciation.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now,
I think that, yeah, absolutely.
okay, now talk about some of the music that makes up the project. And I know whenever I ask that question, people are like, well, every song means something. But I know there's probably a couple of them that really, really just kind of gripped your heart when you were doing the project.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, definitely the lead single on the track, which is called Praise Him,
Hmm.
means so much to me because it literally is like the seal on the why it's called Journey to Glory. It was
Okay.
written the late legendary Edwin Hawkins in 1968, and we were privileged not only for him to still be here at the time that we recorded the song, but be able to put our own twist on a 50-year-old classic and just have that relationship and rapport with someone that's so significant not only to our area out here in California, but just around the world, and how he gracefully did his music. So definitely praise him. And the other one will be Todd Galbraith. Wrote a song for us called "The Great Exchange,"
Okay.
and the featured lead on that is my sister and friend Lena Bird Miles is on that track. And so I think those two just were so significant for me because I've always looked up to Todd Galbraith and his writing and what he's been able to do for so many artists like Tasha Cobbs. And we just created like a really cool brother relationship where he really just like took me in, and I write my own music. So I
Mhm.
just one day we were just having a conversation about writing and the writing approach, and that was it. And the next day he called and was like, "I think I got something for you,"
Wow.
and literally like played and sung "The Great Exchange" for me 3 years ago, and now we're here today, and that's definitely one of my favorite tracks.
Wow. Now, see, I got to ask you a hard question as a songwriter. So, for
Yeah,
you as a songwriter, what would you say is the most important thing for you when writing a song? What's the most important? Do you like, if this factor isn't met, then it's not even a song?
listening to the voice of God
Okay.
because you're so creative.
Hmm.
As creators in general, like your mind wants to do and say and be and speak on so many different things and so many different relevant topics and of course things that are applicable to the Bible. So it definitely that that's always something that you naturally should have a gift to approach. And
Okay.
so the other part is allowing God to really like feed into what you're trying to do and wait on him know if that's really something that is a call that should impact multiple people outside of yourself. A lot of times when you create, you're by yourself. And so
Mm-hmm.
you have to think of the bigger picture when you're trying to create for other people and actually create things for other people that actually helps them
Mm-hmm.
for day-to-day life. So
Okay.
it would be listening, because creativity, your mind moves 1,000 miles a minute. And so it's the one who's listening that's able to really make a big difference as well.
Right. That's good. That's good. So let's talk now about SOP, because I know that's like your
Yeah.
family. How long have you guys been together?
We've been together since 2011, so
Okay.
almost 9 years now. And it was just I was a concert promoter before doing ministry,
Oh.
where I was singing and stuff. And so I was known for putting on special events and big events out here. And I put on a conference in 2011 called the Empowerment Conference, where we had speakers from all over the country and singers and stuff. And during the week of the conference, one of the choirs that we had pulled out, and we had a last minute decision, and Pastor Donnie McClurkin was the guest preacher that evening. And so I just called some friends that I had already used through my production events and was like, let's just go up here and sing, because we don't really have time to call someone else. And so we went and did Richard Smallwood's Trust Me was our selection before he preached. And before he preached, we sat down and he said, how long have you guys been in ministry, in front of the whole audience? And we were like, not. At that time, we were just Joe Douglass and friends. I hadn't even got a name. And he said, I think you should really pray about that. And he asked for my contact. And he reached out 3 months later and said, are you listening to God yet? And I said, no, because I just did the one event. I didn't feel prepared, or whatever that means.
Right.
I didn't feel prepared or ready at 22 years old. So I just felt like, oh no, I can wait. I can learn a little bit more. And God just kept pulling on me. And 3 months after that call from Pastor Donnie, I finally said yes. And we started a group, and we've just been having fun and being able to bless people and really be able to bless young people. Most of my group ages are now that we've been together almost 9 years, we're still between the ages of 25 and 35. And so I think that's just such a prime area in your life where you're trying to figure out what to be, what to do. You most likely have moved out of your parents' home. And so you're figuring out your faith and your relationship with God even more in that season. And so I just feel like that's just been a call for us to really impact that age group. And we've just been rocking ever since.
I love it. I love it. Because see, my first introduction to Joe Douglass and SOP was The Great I Am.
Yes.
See, I've been rolling with you for a minute.
That was 2014.
Was it 14? Wow. So if you can say in your own words, how have you guys grown since then? Because that's been a minute. So here we are, 2020, and got new music. How would you say?
We definitely evolved because of age, and most of the group members are married and have children now and live on their own. With 22, most of us were still living with our parents, still at community colleges and stuff. And so our personalities and our tolerance and our willingness to be better at our craft has definitely changed from more of like 22, you're having fun. 30, you realize like this is really impacting someone's life. Like this is really a call. This is not something we're just having fun and doing now. So we've taken a lot more seriousness to what God has asked us to do and our purpose. And then from a sound perspective, we used my brother David Jackson, who's the music director for Jennifer Hudson. We used him for the first album. And then this album, we used Mike Burrell, who's been accredited with Kurt Carr albums and Judy McAllister albums, and you can name it. So it was a completely different even work method working with Mike Burrell and how he challenged us, how much we layered our vocals in studios and just the whole work ethic. But we did like 4-hour days with David, but we did like 9-hour days with Mike. But, you know, he's used to that culture and that lifestyle all the time. And so it was a more exciting and challenging experience this way around. And I think if I can speak for some of the singers, I think they found a lot about their own voices in this process that we didn't see when we were 22, 23. So even in that process, we've definitely evolved and grown and matured in our delivery with music for sure.
Well, I just want to say, in my own little humble opinion, I think it's an amazing new project, Journey to Glory. I'm really glad, the decision you chose to go in, the music, the songs, and I just want to encourage everybody to support it. So do this, tell people how they can connect with you online, and then whenever we can go outside and play again, they can invite you and the group out, but tell them how they can connect with you guys.
Absolutely. You can find me on any of the social media sites, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook under Joe Douglass or Joe JJ Douglass. You can find me under any of those. You can go to our website for all of our information about concerts when this is all over, and even being able to get a physical copy of the album. Even during this time, you can go online and do an order online for a physical copy at joedouglassSOP.com. It's joedouglassSOP.com. And if you want to send us an email, you can send us an email at sopbookings@gmail.com. And when God gets done sending us all back, we'll be able to move forward
Right.
And be able to, actually have a live experience with people. But in the meantime, I'm just glad everybody is, doing their best to be safe and worry about their health and family. And hopefully while you're at home, you can still listen and stream on all the Apple Music, Google Play, for Joe Douglass and Spirit of Praise.
Absolutely. And make sure they give you 2 S's now. They can't be stingy with
the
S.
2 S's, please.
Now, since everybody's enjoying all this technology and Zoom and all kind of Facebook Lives and things like that, are you guys maybe going to put a little something together to bless us with?
Yeah, well, yes, we are. We did a pre-one on the 27th, and honestly, people loved our worship experience on the 27th. We did it in March, and we had way more viewers than what we anticipated. So we are doing one next Friday, April 17th.
Okay.
You can follow all of our social media sites. We'll be on YouTube and Facebook Live that night, just doing songs from the journey. And you'll be able to hear some of the favorites that you're listening to now a week from today.
Absolutely. Well, we will do our part to make sure we're getting the word out so you can get that support. I appreciate you taking this time with me. I know you were super busy. You were probably in the bedroom and you had to go to the kitchen, and I got you in the den, but you took this time with me, so I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Carmina. It's such an honor and a blessing to just share my music with anyone. So I just really appreciate this opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all, you heard it. That's Brother Joe Douglass. We're going to get into it. The brand new single, it's Praise Him. It's Joe Douglass and SOP. It's Inspirations with Carmina.